y'all, it's Michelle from The Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today I am playing along again with Follow a Sketch Friday, the Post-it Note edition, with Sandy Reversky from State Goddess here on YouTube. And this is the sketch that she drew. So it has two photos and some paper layers and a little embellishment over here with the title. And I have two photos that I'm going to be scrapping today. These are pictures of my husband across the table from me at a restaurant. And he's so cute. And I have some papers picked out from my big, huge kit that I made playing along with Mood Board Magic with Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. And I have some embellishments here in my kit over beside me in case I need to dig in for some more things. So let's get started. Since this is the first layout that I'm doing with my Mood Board Magic kit, I kind of had a difficult time deciding what all I wanted to use for my layout. That's kind of a double-edged sword when you make a really big kit. I want a lot of options, but then a lot of options make it difficult for me to make decisions. But since I put all of the mixed media stuff into my kit, I really wanted to get started with using some of it. And the first thing that I'm going to be trying out is this Nuvo cream paste stuff. Let's see, what is this called? It's called Embellishment Mousse. And I opened it up to see if it was even usable. I've had it a long time, and yes, I can still spread it, as you can see here, but I can definitely tell that it is a bit on the dry side, so I need to get this stuff used. And I have already went outside of my kit. I knew I was going to. I give myself permission. I had put some stencils in with my kit, but they didn't really go with my photos. And I had this one here of the heart making a heart, all these little hearts making a heart. And oh, look. Oh, I love it. It's so great. So I definitely thought that the hearts would go much better with these pictures of my hubby. And this stencil is actually by Sandy from State Goddess. She has a shop called Scrapping Reflections. And this is one of her stencils, and I really enjoy using her stencils. This is actually the first time I'm using that heart stencil, so I'm definitely thrilled to be using up, or not, well, I mean, obviously you can't use up your stencils, but I'm excited to be using my tools and digging into that Nuvo Embellishment Mousse, which I really have got to get used because it's about dried up. So there you saw the background. And now I am going through the papers that I had picked out to try and make those paper layers that Sandy has on her sketch there. And I have this brown paper with these little leaves on it. And then I made a strip of word paper. And I'm going to use this brown paper with the little leaves on it as that bigger mat that you can see in the sketch. And I'm trying to put the layers kind of in the order that she has. Since my pictures are a little bit smaller than the ones that she has in her sketch, I'm going to go ahead and use that brown paper with the little leaves on it kind of as sort of a photo mat. And I'm going to change these little paper strips here into banners. So I'm going to get that situated, and I'm just kind of figuring out exactly how long I want these to be. especially since I'm going to be trimming off a little bit here to make the banners. And I also have my distresser tool out because I was thinking about distressing all of the paper layers. But when I get this one done, I kind of change direction a little bit. I do like that this one is roughed up around the edges, but I wanted to go in a little bit different direction with the banners. I decided that they were a little bit narrow, and I didn't want to take away from the fact that they are banners, and I was concerned that roughing up the edges wouldn't give the effect that I wanted. If we can maybe put it in those terms or something. But I did want them to stand out a little bit more because they're looking a little flat, especially now that I have roughed up the edges of the brown paper. So I decided to go ahead and ink the edges, and I have gone outside my kit and pulled in another color. This one is called Gathered Twigs, and I wanted to have a little bit of a brown because, you know, this is a layout about my husband, and I wanted it to be a little more masculine leaning. Not to say that flowers are necessarily more feminine than masculine, but in this case I was more focused on hearts and not flowers. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, masculine. I wanted the colors to be a little bit more masculine and cohesive, and so I decided to use this the Gathered Twigs, the brown, because I think it just goes with the mood and feel of this layout. So I'm going to go ahead and put some ATG tape down, and then because I am putting this over top of mixed media, I'm going to go ahead and put some wet glue on it too. And I have not waited for my background to dry. It's still kind of wet. It's just been kind of sitting there on the side while I was building my paper layers here. And now I have got it put down. And I think, I actually have it right here in front of me, so I'm looking to see if that actually may have been drier than I thought it was, because I think all that's holding this down is the tape and my glue, and not that Nuvo Embellishment Mousse. But it didn't take it too long to dry. I mean, it was still wet. If I'd stuck my finger in one of those hearts, they would have gotten messed up. But I only did this a few hours ago, and I'm sitting here touching it. I'm tempting fate and touching these hearts, and they're all dry now. So it actually does dry fairly quickly. Well, especially since it was pretty much half dry already, because I haven't used it yet. But now that I have used it, I am excited, really excited to start using it more. So I don't know if all of my layouts that I make with this kit are going to have mixed media, other than the splatters. I have to put my Distress Mica Stain splatters on everything. That's just where I'm at right now. Used to, it was enamel dots, and now it's the Distress Mica Stain splatters. They have to go on everything. And I'm fighting with my ATG gun, per the usual. I think I got a bad batch of refills. But here I've just used those same papers to build my little cluster here that I'm going to put my title on. And I decided to use this sticker from that Crepe Paper Storyteller sticker sheet. And it's going to be part of my title. And I've got this, whatever that is, little foam. That's what it is. I've got some foam on the back to pop it up just a little bit to give it some dimension there. And I'm looking to see if there's any other stickers that I want to use. And I could have used some, I just didn't it didn't say something that I wanted it to say, or it said something I didn't want it to say. And I was like, well, I don't want to bother covering any of it up and making it work. So I decided to move on to something else. And I had pulled out some of these die cuts here because I thought their colors went really, really well with the papers I had picked out. So I have some words here that together, well, I was going to say that together is not going to stay there, but you know, you just saw me chuck it off to the side there. But I do use the smaller one that says falling for you. And instead of having the together, I'm going to put that sticker from the Heidi Swap 6 by 12 sticker sheet there, because it says love this. And of course, this picture of my hubby. Of course, I love that. I love him so much. So I have to put all the love on here, hence the hearts as well. And the falling for you, because we are in the fall, and he walks in and I fall for him all over again. And then I have another sticker here that says together. And because we were together, now I'm not in these pictures, but I'm the one taking the pictures, so in my mind it totally fits. And then I'm going to put on this love. And my title is Hello Love. Because I am bound and determined to get some of these pre-made titles used up. I'm thinking the more I use them, the less it's going to be hard for me to use them. That's kind of my thought process. Like, if I make myself use them, then it'll get easier, and then I'll be able to just use them all the time. That's my hope anyway. Or at the very least, get the ones I have out of my stash and onto pages, and then I just won't buy any more. Now, here I'm trying to figure out where to put my clusters. So I have the big cluster there with the title, and I have that little bit of cluster that I have built with my word stickers. And I have this little sticker brad thing down there, and I'm thinking that I'm going to just build up some more in this upper right corner where the paper layers all converge. But everything that I try to put up there, I just don't like it. And I did try that kind of reddish felt button thing there, and I was like, no, it's too big. And because I was thinking about bringing that reddish color from the hello sticker up the page. Like, no, that didn't work out. But as I was going through my little embellishment bag there, the that heart paper clip fell out, and I was like, oh, that'll be perfect. It's a heart. So I put it over there on the left hand side of the photo, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. That feels so much better, because I just need a little bit of embellishment. And then I end up with my visual triangle there. And then, since I have that kind of as a grounding spot or a jumping off spot, I was able to put the third little sticker brad that I wanted to use. And now I'm just using some of these puffy hearts. Have them on here kind of like enamel dots. I like to put them in little groups of 3s, and I'm scattering the colors around. So I've got colors that I pulled from the papers, like the leaves. There's some teal there, and in the little word paper has like a little teal or blue heart. And of course I am finishing up everything with my beloved Distress mica stain. And then here I am trying out the Distress spritz to see if it also will work as a little splatter. And it does, so that's good. Now I got to figure out other things that I can do with it. But here is my layout all finished. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the links below for more on Mood Board Magic and to see everyone else playing along with Follow a Sketch Friday. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.